And next in sports, an incredible fiery crash at Daytona that tore 8 trucks apart.
Today was the first at the Daytona Raceway. Today's Daytona 250 was the first ever truck race on the famous oval. And they may want to rethink this whole truck thing. This happened about midway through the race. Wow, Geoffrey Bodine sent into the wall in a fireball. Luckily, the fence held. This accident actually looked much worse than it turned out to be. Thankfully, 5 fans in the stands treated at the hospital for only minor injuries. Bodine suffered a concussion, a facial laceration, fractures in his wrist and back, and of course multiple bruises. He is in intensive care but is listed in stable condition. Scary things going on there. Less scary, however, at the Riviera Country Club. The Nissan Open continues today. Tiger Woods.
A big traffic tie-up on the Daytona Super Speedway today. Geoff Bodine gets airborne during a NASCAR truck race. The truck was demolished, but Bodine survived the fiery wreck. More on Bodine's condition and that wreck coming up in sports. A big surprise for the lunch crowd in Washington.
Whoa! Oh, look out! We got trouble. This is going to hurt.
Oh, my. My goodness, a nasty, fiery, wild neck wreck at Daytona this afternoon. The first ever truck race, and Geoff Bodine demolishes his car, leaves with a broken arm, ankle, and cheekbone. Other than that, he was alert when he was taken to the hospital by ambulance. 5 fans were treated at a local hospital as well. Look at this. His engine landed about 100 yards away. Obviously, those cars built very, very strong for him to survive that, as he did. Daytona 500 Sunday, 10 a.m. right here on Channel 2. NBA tonight. There's
Georgia welcomes back a great slugger and says goodbye to a longtime coach. And we'll head down to Daytona for one of the most horrific crashes in racing history. Sportscenter is next.
Well, hi there, and welcome to SportsCenter. Trey Wingo with John Anderson. You know, Phil Jackson says Orlando is a plastic city. Don't know about that, but
the Daytona International Speedway. Instead, it will be remembered and serve as another reminder that fast machines and tight traffic can cause horrific, potentially deadly accidents for drivers and spectators. Kenny Mayne from Florida with the story and the amazing pictures.
Events in the Daytona 250 had us predicting a rather somber weekend, but that certainly gave way to relief. And you'll know what I mean when you see the actual videotape. You're going to see this from Geoffrey Bodine's viewpoint. He is chasing the front end. There it is, 3 of them across. Rob Morgan, Kurt Busch, Lyndon Amick, they all get together. Bodine has no escape. You see the fire, you see the parts flying off, and his truck is just completely obliterated, tumbling through, the engine thrown out. He stayed in, flames and debris up into the stands. To say nothing is left is wrong, because what was left is what remained to protect him. He came out with just minor injuries, a 12th vertebra injury to that. He's going to need just a brace for protection, burns and a broken wrist, but totally alert, conscious as he left for the hospital. They'll continue to check him, obviously, for post-concussion, but afterward, the brothers of the one-time Daytona 500 winner were relieved.
Me and Brett were over in the motorhome watching. Pretty scary. You see something like that, and not to mention just the driver, but being a family member, it was a pretty tense moment for us, but they said they were taking him to Halifax, so we got in the car and went over. Bruce Kennedy came out and told us what was going on, and you know, his head is fine. Motor functions, he's alert, conscious. You know, all that's the part you worry about, and it's all going to be normal. I mean, he's going to be perfectly fine. I was scared stiff. You know, I've seen some bad wrecks. I've been in a couple bad wrecks, but that was probably one of the most violent wrecks you'll ever see.
I'm sure he's going to be here overnight for sure, yeah, by the looks of things and talking to the doctor. But like I said, we're going to know more when they get done with the CT scan, and they'll keep us informed as soon as they know something more positive.
Well, after we learned the driver was okay, the next question, of course, was about the fans. And remarkably, looking at this just terrible destruction as the trucks come by, debris thrown up, fire, things getting over the 15-foot high wall and fence. Not one person seriously injured. They were counting their blessings. You see people getting souvenirs from this. Certainly no physical damage. That's lucky to report. Then there's the emotional shock of having to live through seeing a truck flying at you.
I swear it was a truck that hit him, and it hit his arm. It's like when it first hit, he fell forward, fell into where the fence is at, and then the truck come on by and hit his arm. Just That's a shame to see somebody get tore up like that.
I looked back to see if anyone else had got hit or was seriously injured, and then I don't remember getting hit. I just remember feeling a pain, and then I looked to see what happened, and I was bleeding.
I don't think trucks are unsafe here. I really don't. I think that the guys did a really good job. It's just one of these things that happen.
I would say it's sort of like a Volvo. That fence just died to save everybody over here in the audience.
And joining us now, the defending 500 champion, Jeff Gordon. You saw this as it occurred. What's going through your mind? I know it's trucks, but still vehicles. Same kind of thing can happen to you guys.
Well, I was also watching from my motor coach and, just in awe, just holding my breath to see what the results were going to be. And a lot of us drivers got together as we were getting ready to run the IROC race and just saying, wow, it's great to see the catch fence work the way it did, kept the cars, in the racing facility. There were fans that were close to the fence that it could have been much worse, and that's what we're thankful for.
I know you pray to keep away from injury. I know the drivers get together that. Other than that conversation, you don't talk much about it, right? It's sort of taboo.
Yeah, you know it's out there, and you hope that you're not in it, and you try to put that in the back of your mind. You try to think about winning, how to pass the next car. You try not to think about what would happen if I got in a wreck. But at the same time, the preparation leading up to the race, the seat belts, your driving suit, your helmet, everything that you need to keep you safe in the race car, the team and the driver focus a lot on making sure that they're in that car as safe as possible.
You raced in an IROC race not long after that truck accident. Did you feel like racing?
This is what we do. This is our profession. This is what we love. It's our passion. And so we're willing to take that chance sometimes.
All right, Jeff, safe driving to you this weekend and all the season. Since this race was safe, we have the opportunity to show you the finish, and in fact, a very good finish. The first ever Craftsman truck race at Daytona. Final lap, Andy Houston the lead, but the lead is not going to last long as they come down, and it's Mike Wallace. Good on 60 minutes and into the lead. Mike Wallace winning the season opener in the Truck Series for the second straight year, his third ever Truck Series win, and he's the man at Daytona. We'll be back again with Jeff Gordon from Daytona.
All right, back yesterday, Daytona's inaugural 250-mile truck race. Geoff Bodine survived this terrifying crash. 13 truck pileup. Bodine cartwheeling down the main straightaway, throwing his engine some 300 feet like a plastic toy. He survived with broken bones, is in the Halifax hospital. 9 spectators were treated. 2 were held overnight. The race was then won by Mike Wallace. Coming up next.